This podcast is brought to you by Vincero Watches. Tired of choosing between luxury styling and high-end quality and an affordable price tag? Vincero Watches wants to help you with timepieces that expertly blend style, timing, and class with a price tag you'd never expect on a watch built this well. Guys, when this watch arrived, I was blown away with the quality. Check out our shots. Look at this. This is beautiful there. You understand me? Do me a favor. You're not just getting a watch. Elevate your game. Elevate your watch game with a Vincero watch. Go to check out Vincero at getthewatch.net right now. Even better, Vincero's giving all church listeners 15% off their entire purchase with the promo code CHURCH at checkout. It's time to step up your watch game. Go to Vincero at getthewatch.net. How you like me now? Number 2. Let me tell you something. You can go to Vegas, you go to Atlantic City, it's a blast. You get chlamydia, the whole thing. But personally, I'm a big fan of, poker, blackjack. I like to watch people play dice. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Not so good. But I always have a good time. The problem is, getting to Vegas isn't that easy for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fat fuck. What am I going to do? Roller skate back and forth? But ever since I found MyB Casino, betting from the comfort of my home has been simple and a fucking blast. That's why I always tell people to go to mybcasino.ag. They got huge bonuses, free spins, and much more. So off the bat, you're already winning from the day you create your account. Do me a favor, all right? Join MyB Casino and deposit today to triple your bankroll with their amazing 200% sign-up bonus. Use promo code CHURCH200 to activate your offer. Beat the house from your house. You understand me? You sit in your living room, you got your underwear on, you got your socks, you're scratching your nuts. You got a sudden urge to gamble. Play at mybcasino.ag today and use code CHURCH200. Go check it out right now. You're sitting there fucking bored. Again, you play, you win, you get paid. Lee, kick that motherfucking mule. And go for being what the fuck. Finally, my brothers.
Yes.
The best looking twins on the business.
Heck yeah.
Cory and Chad, welcome to the show. You guys hit me up a few months ago, and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to figure out how to get these fucking motherfuckers on the show? This ain't no who's your father type show. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on 1 second. We found your father.
Yeah. Well, if you find him, tell him he owes us money.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if you had different fathers?
Oh, we don't even know who he is.
Like Cory, you were Cory's father, but not Chad's father.
Yeah.
And we got the Christ Killer fresh from hanging out 3 days with his dad.
Absolutely.
Always a good deed. You deposit a coin in a karma camp, a karma bank. When you do that type of shit, it seems like a $600 out of your pocket. But in reality, you're getting to spend time with your dad. A lot of people don't have that privilege. So that's why I always urge people, if you have time to if your dad's old, go down there, pick his brain, write a book.
Yeah.
The guy's sitting there dying to talk to somebody, and you're here fucking around with your friends at Starbucks. Yeah. The most interesting person in your life is sitting on a couch by himself with a diaper with some Nicaraguan chick chasing his fucking diaper. Go down there. Yeah. Get him a chick. Get him a hand job. You know what I'm saying?
Be a good son. What'd you say?
Can you imagine being like 80 and your son bringing you a chick to suck your dick that's like 24?
Christ. Instantly get into heaven.
You would just look at your son and go like, I love you.
Yeah. Right.
I always knew.
I knew you were my favorite.
Last night, and I'm very sorry for doing this, I put up a show and I told people it was my 55th birthday. So people have been confused for 3 days. The reason I had that show at the Ice House last night, because it was Ralphie May's birthday. Yeah. And I wanted to celebrate Ralphie May. But I didn't want to put it out there and have people show up with tears and comics that, don't know nothing about nothing. So the first people I thought of was Cory and Chad, because I wanted to give you a different perspective of the professional comedian. I know what Ralphie meant to these two fucking guys. These two guys would take a bullet for Ralphie. Look what happened in Florida. God bless these kids' soul, those 3 teachers that were shot. Yeah. They got in front of those kids. I knew teachers like that. Yeah. And I know who are my friends that would do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who would fucking grab me and turn around. And last week, my daughter was at the park, and she was with a girl. And she ran, and the girl fell, and my daughter kept playing. I went and grabbed her, and I go, listen, Go back. And she said, well, I'm playing. I go back for your friend. Mm-hmm. Lesson number one in life with your friends. Always go back for your friend.
Have to.
Go back. If he's getting the beating of his life, jump in. If he's getting arrested, at least let's figure out how to get him out already with no drama, without a pinch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out how to fucking, if it's murder, let's figure out how to sabotage the car. And if it's license plate, something stupid, let's go somewhere we got bail ready to go. By the time he gets to court, we're already in there with the $50 bail guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever. Always go back for your friends. And it's so weird that in this business we have acquaintances, we have friends, and then we have brothers, and then we have mentors.
Yeah.
And I think Ralphie was that to both of us.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
As older as I was a lot older than Ralphie May, but I learned many things from him.
Yeah.
You know, you have a privilege in your life. You got to learn from one of the best. You got to go on the road with one of the best, and so did I.
Yeah.
I got to go on the road with Joe Rogan. The education is invaluable.
Right.
You know, tell us from day one how this relationship started.
We met Ralph.
Talking to the mic, cocksucker.
Yeah, we met Ralph at the Hollywood Improv. We were sleeping on the streets to do Last Comic Standing, and we met him, but we didn't really talk to him. And he walked by us and asked us what we're doing. It was like 4 days before we wanted to be number one in line. So he goes, "Hey, fuck that! Someone will hold your place. Come in in due time. Don't be out here in the cold." And he put us on his show, and then afterwards,
he which we needed. He critiqued us and basically told us we weren't ready for that show, and which was the best advice because we weren't ready for that show at the time.
we still slept on the streets and still found out we weren't ready for it. But it started from there.
Yeah, and he educated us right from that point. And then next time he came into Brea or maybe Ontario or Improv here in Southern California, we got to open up for him, and then that relationship got built to where fast forward just 2-3 years, and then we were on the road with him
Full time.
Yeah.
You know, living with him on the bus.
And you were there when he was selling our theaters.
Oh, we would do theaters. We would do, Boston, that Wilbur, that big son of a bitch. We would be there, do several shows.
Yeah, Milwaukee, the Pabst Theater, all the big, giant, like, historic theaters that, more than just a 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 seats. And then
Ralph would sell them out and, the whole deal, merch. And we'd learn everything, from him, the business side of it, not just tell dick jokes and, So we learned a lot.
When you went up in front of his crowd a few times, did you guys bomb it all?
Oh, yeah. One time, I'll tell you, a few, but one time in Vegas, we were smoking, and then we got cocky, and he's like, you better get a stand. He would always tell us this thing, STS. He goes, go out there and steal the show. They paid to see me, but they're going to leave Smash Brothers fans. Go out there and STS. That's all he ever had to tell us. So we were cocky, and we're like, we're going to get one, cocksucker. So we went out there, and we ate a dick.
Oh.
And he didn't light us. He did it on purpose.
And he kept watching us.
And he kept watching us.
Watching us bomb.
And the fucking light, I'm like, where's the light? And where's the light? And he looked at us, and he just flipped us off. He's like, fuck you, keep going.
Okay.
And so then when we shook his hand, he goes, where'd you lose him? And he stopped and had a conversation in front of a crowd that's not laughing no more and wanted to know what we did wrong. And then he goes, go to the side. You have another show you'll make it up.
Lee, what would you rather do? Eat another edible or go through that? I told Lee's been doing comedy now he started about a year ago, but the last 3 weeks he's fucking getting into it.
Right.
And he's been doing great. I mean, he's a Woody Allen type. He's like Woody Allen. He's up there neurotic. The Jew comes out, but not really.
Right.
Which is really cool. And so one day we're sitting here smoking pot, and I'm getting him high. And, right now everything's blood and, everything's roses. It's a honeymoon period where, I'm his buddy. He's friends with all comics. And when they see him, they give him love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I said to him, Lee, I got to talk to you pretty soon. I got to start torturing you on stage.
Yeah.
He goes, what are you talking about? I go, like, go up there and tell you to do 10. And you already got your time.
Right.
You've been working hard for 10. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I got 7 3/4 if I improvise a minute. And after you're up there for fucking 10 minutes, I'm not giving you a light. And you're looking at me going, and I'm like, 3? You've only done 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And Lee's face got red. And then I go, after a while, I just give you the finger, like, just fuck you.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to, that's how you become a comic.
It really is.
So this is just, it's craziness that you uttered this, Lee.
Serious.
Did I miss a beat when I told you what we do to you?
I can't even imagine that happening.
We're talking in front of 1,500. I don't know how many people. A fucking lot. and then he's just laughing.
And you're fighting it out, Lee. You're fighting it out. Your face is red. You're going to feel sweat come out from places where you've never even thought you had a sweat gland. Like after the show, the back of your knees. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I told you, after Austin, I had to wait 10, like you've done Cap City, right?
Yeah.
You know, right off the stage, like there's a little seating area and then like there's a wall.
Yeah.
I went up on the last show. I did, I think, 5 minutes, and I was fine on stage. But when I got off, I had to lean against the wall for 10 minutes. I couldn't walk back. My legs were shaking.
Your adrenaline levels, I mean, it's because we have to get you used to being there. Like, there's nothing like, for the beginner comic, to really understand the patois of the bomb. The patois of the bomb is... Your first 2 jokes, they kind of get it, and after that, it's a long night. But guess what? The MC decided to get his dick sucked, so he's not giving you the light. And you're there, coming up, and you're stealing.
Yeah.
Any comic that tells you he hasn't stolen at that point, they're a liar. They're a liar. They're a liar. You start stealing like a motherfucker. You're stealing knock-knock jokes.
Whatever it takes.
Seinfeld jokes.
Oh, my God.
Bazooka rappers.
And somebody will call you out, like, at the 9-minute mark to make it even worse. That's Chris Rock's joke. And you're like, ah! You know, and it's not the bomb. I want you to feel what the emotion feels like.
Yeah, and accept silence. He would always say, silence is okay.
That means they're listening. He'd always tell us that.
Yeah.
Don't be in a rush to get to the next one. He's all smile, take a sip, whatever. He would always tell us that because he felt like
He was the king of that.
Yeah.
He was the king of that.
Well, he did like 2 hours that time.
Every
I saw
night.
him.
We've seen him do, we did it an hour and he did 3.5 in Addison Improv. It was a 4.5 hour show. And this guy in the front row was so into Ralphie that he actually passed out, fell onto the fucking stage, was seizuring and shit. And then Ralphie stopped the show, helped him. As soon as the guy got carried out, Ralphie kept going and he did 3.5 fucking hours that night. Think about that. 3.5 fucking hours. That's a long time. And people weren't leaving. You know, people sat there for
You know, in like 2008, I started having doubts, guys.
Yeah.
You know, mental health is a thin line in this business between mental health, comedy, and art. And I didn't invent that. Rudy Sarzo said it to me one time. I always knew it existed.
Right.
I started in I started in Denver and then in Seattle, the comedy scene. You ask yourself, why do these people keep going up every week? But guess what? That's their thing.
Right.
You know, that their goal isn't our goal, you know, so it's different. What the fuck are we talking about?
Mental health, 2008.
2008.
You had
Questioning.
2008, I moved to the Valley in 2009. There's a Ford dealership down the corner. And I said to myself, I'm quitting. I'm going to quit this shit. I'm going to do stand-up around the area, get movies when my friends audition me or whatever. And for like 4 months, I didn't say nothing. And I would go see headliners in Brea and Irvine without saying a word. Two of the guys would recognize me. At that time, I opened for Joe, and I would headline on Wednesdays and Sundays, like you guys did.
Yeah, exactly.
And I went to see every headliner out there that year, and I saw some fucking horror shows. That's what kept me in the game. But the 2 best acts I saw that year were Greg Giraldo and Ralphie May, and that's unbiased. Like Ralphie May in 2009 was fucking untouchable.
Oh, yeah.
The style, the breathing, the charisma, the whole fucking package. How he sold merch at the end on stage with the no money, It was, guys, and a lot of people have seen Ralphie, they're listening. But it was something that I went home and I was like, there was 3 times I almost doubted myself at comedy. Saw Doug Stanhope in 2006 in Seattle. You have no idea, guys.
Yeah.
I went home and cried. I was like, I'm done. I'm never going to do comedy again because I'll never be that good.
Yeah.
You said to yourself, you'll never be that good. And then I saw Ralphie and Greg Giraldo in 2009. I was like, I don't know.
It's funny he said that. We've had that same talk that you just said, like with each other. And we were watching Ralphie crush, and he was singing. He made up some improv shit. He was singing, and he got standing ovations like 40 minutes into his set, and he wasn't even wasn't even fucking closing, but he's crushing so hard they just fucking stand up, you know.
Then he would close with that Bon Jovi, you know, and he'd finger bang, and the crowd, we're talking thousands of people, would be singing with him, and he'd just be smiling, and like you said, he'd get off, and 2 hours, he'd stand out there and shake everybody's hand. And not everyone does that. A lot of guys just go to the fucking green room, go fuck bitches, and then they're on to the next town. He would stand out there, and then he would ask people, where are we going? Where's everybody going? Where's the spot? And then we go till 2 a.m, whatever town we were in, and he'd stay out because he loved the fucking fans. He loved the people, and we learned a lot from him like that. Just amazed, like I can't believe he rocked it like that hard.
Well, a lot of it was like what I learned from him was how to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Like he was a lot younger than I was, and in 98, 97, I was still untamable. Like I was still untamable. The cocaine was burning deep in my soul. And I meet this young, southern, fat, warm kid. When I met him, he was a scared kid, guys. Everybody was sir, ma'am. You know, I mean, it was really amazing. And then the reefer, and then he was off and running.
Yeah.
And he knew day one what he was going to do and how he was going to do it. You know, he knew day one. He struggled for a couple months or a year and a half. Larry David took him out to lunch, and before the show, there was a lot of things. Then after the last comic standing, it was fucking off and running.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told us after, because that's when we started working with them, but full time, like around the time you're saying, 2008, 9, that's when we started picking up more and more gigs with them, to where by 2009 and going into 10, it was full blown. Just this guy worked so much too. He'd pick up fucking gigs on Tuesday when most guys are hanging out.
We'd be in Minnesota in snow, and the bus would be there, but he'd do a fucking show because we were just there. Like he worked every day. And we wouldn't post about a lot of shit. You know, he would just go do the show. Whoever was there, and just to stay busy because he loved it. You know,
he really loved it. He loved it.
Like he would love it. And then we'd talk about it because he didn't write jokes. You know, we would just talk on the bus. He'd break our balls and then run shit by us, and then he'd do it that night. And we'd talk about it to the next town. Because he wouldn't remember half the shit. He does so much time, he wouldn't remember. And that's what we would do. Like John Madden, we'd go over our sets every fucking night. And he'd go, hey, whatever you closed with, you're opening with that tomorrow, and I don't care what you close with. But, you know, he would challenge us every night.
And he'd come up with topics. That was the other thing. He busted our balls. He's like, tonight, everyone's going to do a joke on fucking antelopes. So, and I'm like, antelopes?
Yeah, whatever he said. But he would fuck with us. And if you didn't do it, you're not getting the light. He would just look at you and just smile. I mean, he'd be like, fuck you. Say what I told you. You know, he'd be out there. Say it. Have balls. You know?
There's a reason.
Yeah.
And it's tough to explain to people. I worked for a guy in 94, 95. I worked for a sports betting service.
Right.
Guys, the guy was a genius. You ever look at people and you're like, and you see what they have and the time they did it and how they did it and how they started. That's what interests me, that journey. This guy was a winner. He was so good at what he did that, you know, we were salesmen. We sold gambling information. But he was so good at what he did that by listening to what you were saying, he knew what was going on. And he'd come right over to you and go, and he'd say the words. He'd utter the words. Sometimes he'd take the phone out of your hand and impersonate you and say the words. And the words were so horrific. But if you said those words, you got the sale. And when you didn't say them, he'd just hang up the phone and go, you already blew it. Now on to the next one. Next time you just lost $1,500. Give me this lead. And he'd just take money out of your pocket. There was no fucking around. And you learned to listen, which is the most important thing in the fucking world, especially with comics. We want to talk. We don't want to listen. I just learned to listen 6 years ago. My life changed.
Right.
Your life changes. Ralphie was a fucking genius. Like Rogan. When I sit on a plane next to Rogan, and it's just me and him, and we break down comedy, and we talk about the different exercises that we personally do, because we each have quirks as comics. You know, tomorrow night I'm going to open up with my close-up. Oh, Jesus, that's dangerous. Jesus, how do you say that to somebody?
Yeah.
How do you say that? But that's what you force yourself to do as a man. You go, tonight, it's Thursday night, it's my opening night in Minnesota.
Yep.
I got Friday and Saturday to redeem myself.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
This is the mentality,
That's
bitch.
it, Joey.
Fuck. So that joke that you've been working on so hard and they've been ripping and rocking, guess what, Lee? You're opening up with that motherfucker tonight.
Oh.
And that's the night when I tell you to open up with it, and then I stretch the light on you.
Yeah.
Like you're up there 45, drenched in sweat. Puddles are coming out from under you. You're up there going, oh, Jesus. You're making noises. And that's when you walk off that stage, you learn more about yourself in those 30 minutes than any psychiatrist, psychological exam. You learn more about yourself and your ability than anything in the world. Yeah.
And like I'm in a weird place where like almost every time I go up, it's a record time wise for me. I'm like I did 11:44 tonight, so I can't. And then I only have like 2 jokes at best, so I can't imagine someone being like, "Tell a joke on pillows tonight," and then you just gotta write a joke that's gonna make people laugh.
And 10 minutes.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes. So you get to the 7:45.
Right.
And I say to you, Lee, let's fuck with them tonight. Both of us. It's Wednesday night.
Exactly.
Go out there and do 20 on pillows.
Yeah.
Just on pillows, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right there on the spot. And you got to look at me and go, I can't do that. Lee, you're fucking fired if you don't.
You have to go do it.
You have to go do it or you're not going to Minneapolis next week. I'll give it to fucking Diaz. But you will walk off there feeling bullied, but you'll understand why I bullied you.
100%.
You'll go, this motherfucker, I'm not working with this guy no more.
But you get to look forward to it. We would laugh. Sometimes I go, then you'd get cocky. Oh, is that it? And then you'd fuck with him. Hey, you need to go up there and whatever.
He's heckled us from the side of the stage and
to where
yeah,
you
yeah,
forget,
yeah.
and he starts yelling at you.
Yeah. He would do that to me too.
He'd throw out your punchline.
Before we even got
Before
to
you
say
got
it,
to
and he
say it.
ruined the bit. And he's all, go. Like, keep going, motherfucker.
I opened for him in Beaumont.
What? That sounds mean.
Oh, that's
That's just, he made us better.
Lee. I would go up on stage and he would go, Coco, do the tampon, the string bit, and you're like, why don't you tell him it, Ralphie?
Yeah. Fucker. He would do that to us all the time. You'd just be hoping to God someone pulled the fire alarm because you don't even want to finish the fucking bit.
But then before he'd go on stage, I never forget this for years, ever. All right. There used to be, you know where the Houston Improv is today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before that, you know where it was 10 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
At that place, that used to be a club called Spellbinders back in the day.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this story.
No.
You're not laughing, so you don't know this
No,
story.
I don't know.
Ralphie had been doing comedy at the 9-year level or something like this. This was a big club in Houston. It was Spellbinders and the Lap Stop or something like that.
Yeah.
Lap Stop.
And Ralphie was at Spellbinders, and he went through the stage. And
No shit.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So he went through the stage.
What do you mean he went to the stage?
He fell to the stage one night.
It wasn't Bill.
And then he sued the club, right? So the lady's name was, I forget. I'm high. I forget, guys. So one day I asked somebody, I go, hey, man, how hard is it to get the Spellbinders? And they go, she's okay. And I go, maybe I'll ask Ralphie May. They go, no.
Yeah, don't ask.
Don't tell him, because Ralphie went through the stage and he sued them. So one night after one of those ball bustings on stage in Beaumont, I get off stage. And he's about, the host is up there, one of these hosts. I think it was Lana that was hosting. It was the old comedy club in Beaumont that was owned by a beautiful black family that worked the club. He was an engineer. She was like a rocket scientist, and they quit their job to open up a comedy club in Beaumont, Texas. It's unheard of.
Wow.
And they were black, which the town next to Beaumont, they hang Jews, blacks, Cubans. I happened to buy below there because I showed up with an 8-ball with 3 Ben Franklins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They looked at the 300s and said, okay, Diaz, march your way out of here. You were good in the longest yard, though, brother. So I get off stage after he's heckling me about do the pussy joke, do the tongue in the ass joke. Like he's just saying shit random, and I'm laughing. I'm high. I'm not the type of person that would be mad because I know where his love is coming from.
Absolutely.
So I get on stage, I dry in those days I used to sweat a lot from the blow the night before. I'd be like a skunk up there. Like I just fucking, and I get off and I look at him this one night and I go, Ralphie, by the way. He goes, Coco, I'm going to kill him. That was a great job by you, Coco. You killed him. I go, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, the chick from Spellbinders called. And she wants to book you in 2 weeks, right? And his face just froze. Because it was one of those things he really didn't want nobody to know.
Right, yeah.
And all of a sudden he looked at me, he's like, fuck you, Coco. And he just went up there and lit that room on fire. And then afterward, he asked me, how did you find out about that shit?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So every 3 months, I would drill him with that.
Right.
Like, I would drill him with that. Listen, bro, what's the story? You want me to book that chick? And then they opened up the Improv, and I would ask them about that. You think the Improv will find out that you went to the stage there one time? You think they'll book you? This went on for years, that he went into the fucking stage. This is in his early days, like when he was like 6.
Yeah, he was bigger.
He's a big guy and stuff.
Yeah, I remember when and his weight fluctuated. He shattered a few stools, and we had to get a stool.
We
made.
actually have one made, and I actually have it now. I got a hold of it after he passed away, but we actually had a steel stool made for him so he could be comfortable on stage, and that's funny. And he fucking fell through the fucking stage. I'd have lost it if I saw it.
Bro, I used to...
I'd have made sure he's okay, but I would have fucking lost it after that.
I was there for a lot of the major good falls. Like, did he have any falls with you?
Oh, yeah. In the snow. I mean, come on.
One time he stepped off the top step. I was getting out of the bus. He stepped off the top step and smushed me into the fucking snowbank. And we just laid there in the fucking snow.
And then they're just laughing. They're both laughing. I'm like, fuck, that looked like it fucking hurt.
Oh, Refrigerator Perry fucking hit me from behind.
Did you ever be having a conversation with him? And the conversation ended and he'd fall?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, hey, listen. One time, we're talking to him. We're at Penn State. We did a college show. And we went and we're drinking dollar beers at the fucking bar where the kids go. He's talking to these girls, and I swear to God, he's standing on the front step, and he's talking to these girls. He's hanging onto the bars and shit. And he goes to clap his hands and laugh and loses balance, and he's face first right on the ground. And nobody helped him. I just looked at him, I go, get up. He looks at me, he's all, fuck you. And I go, get up, big boy. He gets up, and we just died laughing. Oh, yeah, he would eat shit. He loved that Fireball. He drank too much Fireball. You had to push his fucking ass on.
I always used to tell him, anything glass, take it from him, because he'd break. He'd drop a bong, shattered all over the floor. He's all, God damn it, Dave, pull this bus over. We need to get a bong immediately. Like you're just going to pull off and fight a guy.
Like there's a bong store in the middle of New Mexico.
This motherfucker, boy.
Oh, my God. It was, I was flat broke, and I'm watching this kid making millions in front of me.
I know.
And every Monday, he'd call me, and he'd go, I'm hopping on the plane right now. I'll be in LAX at 3. I'll be in front of your door at 5:30. And he would pick me up at 7:45.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Coco, I'm downstairs. That's it. I go, that was 2 hours ago. Yeah, I got tied up. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like something happened.
There ain't that much rope.
And he'd fucking get in the car, and we'd go to Cushmart, and he'd go in the back seat, and he'd have a manila envelope with 20s, and just rolled. And he'd take a whole stack out, take me upstairs, buy 6 pounds of weed, and then give me the leftover cash,
Yeah.
And I would just die. He knew I was doing blow. He knew what was going on. He just didn't, his generosity when he had money was, I never took advantage of him. I never asked him for anything. I never asked him to go on the road. He was my friend. And I had several conversations with him when I told him, I just want you to be my friend. Because he was such a valuable ally to me. He was different than anything I had ever, anybody I had ever been around before. I've hung out with people with good hearts.
Yeah.
I know what a good-hearted guy was, and he was one of those guys, There was a lot of people who took advantage of him.
Oh, yeah.
I still, to this day, don't fucking dig, because he took care of everybody, even when he was poor.
I know.
Do you know that?
No,
He took care of people when he was poor, when he lived in an apartment. He was hustling between gigs. Mm-hmm. He was still taking care of people.
Yeah, cooking for people. Cooking for
fucking
God.
Gardner. He was just taking care of people,
Fucking Gardner. I was there the night that motherfucking deep-fried a turkey. I never even heard of that shit.
Yeah, him deep frying turkeys.
6 in the morning in the back of Gardner, deep frying a fucking turkey with 6 comedians over there fucking drinking.
Yeah.
Jay Moore. Jay Moore's a star, and he's in Ralphie's backyard, on Gardner at 6 in the fucking morning, grilling a fucking turkey. It was mind-boggling. You know, everybody went to that house. I still remember 9/11. He made a gumbo. And we all went to his house and we sat there and we were all in disbelief and shit. And there was a couple arguments and shit.
Yeah.
You know. But it was, I learned a lot from him as a comedian.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like not only when I watched him, just his demeanor, how he was towards people. You know, I used to yell at him constantly to get off the fucking road, man.
Oh man, us too.
But he was addicted to it.
He was addicted to it.
I'm serious. He really was, and he would tell you even when he wasn't feeling good. You know, it was our job to get him up. You know, and he'd tell us we'd be sold out Cleveland or wherever it was when he hurt his back, and then he didn't want to get up. I said, "We have 6 sold out shows. You need to get up." And then
he's all just start 20 minutes late. You motherfucking titty babies just do about about 45 fucking minutes, and then.
Maybe we'll do intermission. I go, there ain't no intermission in a comedy club, motherfucker. Get up. And he would tell us that. But then once he got to the club, he snapped right into it. Smiling, you know, talking to the waitresses. And he'd go out there and rock both shows and stand out there with merch, even when he felt like shit. And that's what we learned from him. It doesn't matter. The crowd paid to be there. Be fucking funny. You know, and we learned a lot from him about that, you know.
He worked really hard to be funny. Like if you look at his early specials, they're fucking brilliant. They really are.
They are.
I forget the one's name that I fucking love. He's just sensational on it, you know. But he always
Just Correct, probably.
Just Correct, or something like that. He was. By the time he got here, guys, he was already a star, like in the making. Like people knew. He got right into. Mitzi loved him. Jimmy Masada loved him. You know, he just took right over. It was just a right vehicle to launch, and look what it was. It was Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
You know?
Come in second place and make a fucking career out of it. I mean, he would always say that. He's like, I came in second place and I made a fucking career out of it. You didn't have to win the fucking show, as he would always say, you know?
It's what he made America fall in love with him. And it was funny because, okay, so Last Comic Standing, the results come out, and I already have Houston booked with him. It's me, him, and either Jodie Fertig or John Wesley. It's the first week of July or something like that. And I'm excited as fuck.
Yeah.
I just done nothing. Let me tell you what was going on. I got a call. I was supposed to shoot Spider-Man 2 July 30th. But I got a call like the first week of June. And then like, July 30th? What are you talking about? You better get your ass down here and get the wardrobe. You're shooting next week. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm going to fucking Houston next week. They're like, just come on down. So I went down to Sony. I got my wardrobe, the whole thing. And I'm like, guys, I got booked to work one day. I signed the contract for 1 day, scale, $6.95 a day. Everybody advised me against it. Everybody was like, you shouldn't work for scale. Fuck them. It's the second one. They made millions. Well, another friend of mine said, go in there and argue, and they're going to give it to somebody else. Watch. Just shut your mouth. Do the movie. It's one line. What do you care?
Yeah.
When I went down there that day for wardrobe, I said, am I working one day? And they're like, I think you've been lied to. They go, come with me. And they walked me to this fucking room where the whole storyboard was. It was mind-boggling. You know, like I'm a fucking R-rated comic with a cocaine problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here I am in this fucking art room at Sony with the boards. And they said, your board starts here, which is, next Tuesday. And you're going to be on till August 3rd. And I go, what are you talking about? I got dates booked and shit. And I'm like, well, you better get it straightened out, because they shot those train scenes. And at the end, I only got 14 days for one line.
Wow.
Because there was days I had to stand there, and there was days that they didn't know if I was going to stand there or not. So it would make me go to my fucking thing. But the long story short was I got Spider-Man 2. And I couldn't go down there with him. And I heard that when he pulled up in Houston, the line was around the block, and people had signed, and they were saying, fuck that fan. Fuck that fan. Fuck that fan. Like, it was fucking crazy at first. Like, he went from one thing to another overnight, even though he was a headliner already. Like, that was what hurt everybody else on Last Comic Standing over the years, that wasn't a true headliner at the time that they either won or placed on that show.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Ralphie was already blowing fucking stages up. He already moved up here in that feature. He was headlining in Texas already.
Oh, yeah.
He was already drawing in Texas. Like in Houston, he was drawing. At Danny Martinez's, he was drawing. He was already drawing at those clubs. When he came up here, you know, he was like any other comic struggling, but people knew who the fuck he was. And then Last Comic got him up, but then he just got even stronger.
Yeah.
With that winning Last Comic, he fucking did a complete 180, you know.
That was his market, though, wherever his hometowns were, but from
Houston
Houston
was outrageous. We don't have enough time. We can tell you crazy stories about Houston, but they loved him there. When the tour bus pulled in, it was on.
We couldn't sleep on the tour bus because they were banging on the motherfucker all night, you know, because he had his fucking orange jacket on that first tour. Across the whole side of the goddamn tour bus is the biggest picture of Ralphie you've ever seen in your fucking life. I'm like, motherfucker, they can already see you already, and now you're going to put a fucking size of a Ralph's truck sticker on the side of your fucking bus. They're gonna knock on it all night. He's like, fuck them, baby, maybe they'll bring some good drugs to the bus and shit. I'm like, yeah, that ain't all they're gonna fucking bring to that bus. But they'd knock on it, rock the motherfucker.
Would you guys sleep on the bus?
Yeah,
only on travel. But then when we get to the town, we would get the hotel or the condo, and so we would, you know. But he loved to be on it. He'd stay on it. Even though they're banging on, he would just call us and goes, hey, come on here and get my gun. There's people banging on the bus. I said, all right. So then we go get the gun, the AK-47 or whatever. And we'd be sitting with fucking, these people don't even know we're sitting with fucking AKs and shit.
Yeah, like, fuck.
And he's like, hey, if they get crazy, just let me do the shooting. I'm the millionaire. He said, I'm a millionaire, y'all.
Yeah, he's yeah. Maybe Cory, he's got a good shot. Let Cory out there shoot.
He's like, I can pay for the Jew lawyers if we kill anybody. I said, all right. Fuck. But that's how it was, you know?
But that was the thing, though. Ralphie, when you talk about cooking, one time we were down for like 6 days. We were in the middle of fucking Nebraska, and he goes, hey, go to Walmart and get us a goddamn barbecue, a smoker, and get one of them Little Chief smokers. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you going to kill a fucking deer out here? What are you going to do? And he's like, oh, and stop by the store and get a bunch of meat. And he gave me this fucking list on Jen. And
it was a couple $1,000. I'm like, we don't need fucking, half a cow. He's like, yeah, we do, baby. Go get it. So he'd be smoking at 2. We'd get done with the shows. He'd smoke all night, and we'd eat breakfast. 6 in the morning. We'd eat brisket and shit.
Yeah, he'd cook at night.
All night.
That was his thing.
Yeah, he loved it.
All night.
Loved it. We'd be listening to classic rock or
He'd
old
wake us
school
up.
Biggie, smoking reefer, and he'd wake us up because we couldn't hang with him. And then he'd wake us up and go, all right, baby, we're having brisket and eggs. Wake your ass up.
That is, let me tell you, and I'm not saying the wrong way because you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
That is the most redneck thing in the world. And you know who always did that?
Yeah.
Who was the king of that? My mother.
Really?
Cooking a fucking 8-course meal at 3 a.m. in your fucking drunkenness.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I would wake up to like, what are you talking about? I just want cereal.
Yeah.
Like, I just want cereal.
Yeah,
rice, beans, a pork cooked, sliced thin, fried bananas.
Oh, fuck.
Like, and why'd you cook this? I was hungry. I'm not hungry no more. Like shit like that. My stepfather, the same thing. There's people, I don't know anybody who does that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, when I met Ralphie, that was the first person I know who did that since I was growing up. Like, when I was growing up, maybe we go to the Holloway's house and eat late night, but the father wouldn't get up and fucking cook for us.
Yeah.
None of that shit. No, we'd go to his house and raid whatever leftovers. We did that to all the houses.
Yeah.
But for people that don't know those type of people, that you live with them, and you either got 2 choices. You could either stay up or stay up.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it with Ralphie.
Our lives changed instantly. We thought we knew what the comedy business was even like 8-9 years into the game before we started touring hard with them. We thought we knew. And then he took us onto the tour bus. I remember he called us up and he was like, hey, fly to Chicago. And I'm like,
we have money. Like we have money saved just to fly to Chicago. And
yeah,
I was like,
you get to Chicago? He's all, then you'll go home in 6 months. You're going to go on tour. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, are you bullshitting? And he's like, get to Chicago. I got something going.
As soon as we got there, the motherfucker's cooking chili and spaghetti. Who the fuck makes chili and spaghetti? He's like, I knew you, baby. Yeah. Oh, because he had a full kitchen.
On the bus.
On the bus, yeah.
Full.
Yeah.
There's
I've never seen this.
Oh,
bus.
okay. It has everything.
I've never seen this.
Oh, okay.
bus.
His room has. Listen, the bus pops out on the sides, but his room has a California king bed, 50-inch TV.
Yeah,
he has a shower. He has everything he needs.
Not us. I mean, we were grateful, but we were jerking off in a casket, fucking out by the shitter.
We're sleeping in the the bunks, going down the hall. This was Dave Matthews' bus, so Dave Matthews sold it to Ralphie. And it was hooked up. I mean, it has everything. Hardwood floors. This motherfucker has everything.
Yeah, there was a comedian in Austin who had a joke about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy who featured for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember him mentioning it. You're right.
But
we would show up, and this motherfucker has everything, and he's just so welcoming. He's like, "This is your house now. Put your bag. This is your house now. You
taught us how to make lattes and espressos.
Oh, because he had a full fucking Starbucks machine. I'm talking like a $5,000 fucking Starbucks chrome fucking stainless machine.
I was making lattes. I was a professional, motherfuckers. Within a week,
he's a barista. And Ralph, that's how he lived. He just was so welcoming. And if you got invited, not everyone got invited in the bus, but if you did, you were family. He just took care of you. That's how he was. There's not many people like that. Our own mother doesn't even fucking treat us like that. But. He was just the greatest when it came to that shit.
But he's Tony Bennett. This podcast is brought to you by Vincero Watches. Tired of choosing between luxury styling and high-end quality and an affordable price tag? Vincero Watches wants to help you with timepieces that expertly blend style, timing, and class with a price tag you'd never expect on a watch built this well. Guys, when this watch arrived, I was blown away with the quality. Check out our shots. Look at this. This is beautiful there. You understand me? Do me a favor. You're not just getting a watch. Elevate your game. Elevate your watch game with a Vincero watch. Go to check out Vincero at getthewatch.net right now. Even better, Vincero's giving all church listeners 15% off their entire purchase with the promo code CHURCH at checkout. It's time to step up your watch game. Go to Vincero at getthewatch.net. How you like me now? Number 2. Let me tell you something. You can go to Vegas. You go to Atlantic City. It's a blast. You get chlamydia, the whole thing. But personally, I'm a big fan of, poker, blackjack. I like to watch people play dice. Sometimes I win. Sometimes I lose. Not so good. But I always have a good time. The problem is, getting to Vegas isn't that easy for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fat fuck. What am I going to do? Roller skate back and forth? But ever since I found MyB Casino, betting from the comfort of my home has been simple and a fucking blast. That's why I always tell people to go to mybcasino.ag. They got huge bonuses, free spins, and much more. So off the bat, you're already winning from the day you create your account. Do me a favor, all right? Join MyB Casino and deposit today to triple your bankroll with their amazing 200% sign-up bonus. Use promo code CHURCH200 to activate your offer. Beat the house from your house. You understand me? You sit in your living room, you got your underwear on, you got your socks, you're scratching your nuts. You got a sudden urge to gamble. Tipped over.
Yeah, he tipped over.
He was high as fuck.
He was. And the poor driver had to clean it up. The poor fucking driver had to clean up that fucking catastrophe.
I told him to go outside.
But he was paying that dude.
Oh, I'm sure he's making.
Oh, please. He told me he was
I know. He made more than everybody.
The driver made more than us. I was like, this
what's
guy.
that? What movie is that? Oh, Scarface. When he makes himself a fool in the restaurant. Oh. And the bodyguard first hands the guy money. And then he thinks about it for a second. He gives him more money. And at the end, he sees what he's got left. And he goes, I might as well. This guy's making a... And he just walks out after it.
Yeah.
Poor guy. That guy. But he was a good guy. I don't like Ralphie.
He loved him. And he was a real good guy and took care of us in every way possible. I probably couldn't even tell you about right now. But anything we needed, he took care of it. So he's a good guy.
What did you learn comedy-wise from him? You said it before that, steal the show.
And joke structure. And the one thing that with being a duo, he broke it down to where, and us being identical twins, and like even in high school and in college, we took theater arts. We took anything. We didn't have homework, so we played sports.
Anything with no homework. Home ec, we were in there.
Yeah, auto shop, wood shop, anything that we knew they weren't going to assign homework, that's what the fuck we took.
But we learned.
But the joke structure, he broke it down by telling us, he was like, when they watch you, and he was critiquing us about either stepping on each other's lines, talking over each other, tone of voice. He hated our beards. He kept telling us to shave all the time. what we wore. I mean, he broke us down like if he were fucking Simon Cowell, and he literally just broke us down every day.
And he told us too, he said, he doesn't even have to listen to what we're saying. He said, I listen to the crowd laugh. It's like a roller coaster. He goes, you guys got him, and then it's quiet. And then you got him, and you got him, and and then it's down again. He goes, I just know you did good. I don't even know what the fuck you talked about, but I can know by listening to the crowd how you, he said, laughs per minute. He'd always fuck with us. You need more laughs per minute. Hit him harder. And that's what he'd tell us. He goes, I don't even need to listen to you no more. I just listen to the laughs.
It's crazy. I've been doing comedy for 27 years. I don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
I could hear you from the green room.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the audience.
Really? You're listening?
And sometimes I could get up. I'm a fucking comic.
Yeah.
I have to listen. The ears are the most important gift when you're a comic.
Yeah.
If you don't fucking listen, you'll never move on. That's going to help you with a one-man show. That's going to help you with acting. That's going to help you with 1,000 things in your life. Is listening. Listening to I'm fucking deaf because when I'm on stage, my ears work so fucking hard. I want to hear you stirring the glass.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? It's like you develop this spider sense after 20 years. It takes about 20 or 22 years, where you develop. Look at Lee. Lee's like, 22 years. It goes by like that. How long have you guys been together?
It's got to be 15 years.
How fast did it go by?
It feels like we were just doing
One minute you were doing open mics. The next minute you're in Ontario one Wednesday a month. And the next minute you're selling out a fucking place.
Yep.
And the next minute you're on the road with Ralphie fucking May, learning the education of life.
Yeah.
Life within a bus, a guy with money, how he acts,
how you handle it.
Post time, Post time means, listen, I didn't even sleep last night, and then at 6, 2 midget chicks came over. We did a fucking $20 bag of H. We fucked till 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I took a nap. Then I got up and Johnny Benihana came over and made some steaks for us. I took another nap. And now they wake you up at 7:15 going, Showtime's at 8. What do you want me to do? And you get up, you're 500 fucking pounds.
Yep.
Half of you motherfuckers can't get up after that.
Yeah.
This 500-pound mammoth man would pick those fat little legs up, sit on the edge of that bed for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And listen, you're talking to a 400-pound dude at one time. Yeah. You just get fired up, and you think about your childhood, and you think about your past, and where you've been, and how come you're selling out the Ontario fucking Improv, but there's not a picture of you in no fucking Improv because he hated that shit.
I know.
He ripped somebody's picture down one night.
Okay, he did it with us too at West Palm.
Right.
And they know if they're listening.
Yeah. He would think of it. That's what a real comic does. A couple of weeks ago, Rogan was talking to people and on a podcast, and he goes, look at Diaz. I figured out Diaz after a while. Diaz, do not listen to what he says to you before you go on stage, especially if he picks a fight with you. He's dying to pick a fight with you. Yeah. He's dying to argue with you. He's dying for you to have the wrong shirt on or the wrong pair of shoes because he's not fucking with you. He's firing himself up to get on stage. I saw him do that one night. Yeah. We were in New York at Caroline's. And when I woke him up, he would, let's be honest here, people. He didn't become 500 pounds because he got up and jogged in the morning.
Yeah, right.
He landed in New York at 2 in the afternoon. He got to the fucking room at 3. Mm-hmm. I got to the room at 4:30. The tray of chocolate in this gorgeous Manhattan hotel, which was $9,000 a night, was gone. All the wrappers were in the garbage. That's a sugar high, like a Coke fiend doing an 8-ball of Coke. And then at 7, he would fucking, doze up with his glasses all fucked up.
Yeah.
And he would get up, and it was post time.
Yep.
And then you'd see him 20 minutes later, and he was up there like a ballerina, as graceful as can be. You know what I'm saying? Then later on, he had to start sitting, guys.
Yep.
Because
he started sitting, and then we started noticing, too, even the past couple years, he would start out standing, and then he'd sit for the last bit, the last hour. He would sit, and then he'd stand up to close, And we started noticing, it's funny you said that, we've noticed that he went from standing the whole 2 hours to sitting a lot.
Gentlemen, I try to go to 2 jiu-jitsus a week. I got kettlebells in my backyard. I have a punching bag. I really stay active.
That's good.
When I started comedy, even after The Longest Yard, I was never a headliner. I was a feature act. They headlined me because I had been in a movie and whatnot. After I saw those people in 2009, my attitude changed. Like somebody once said to me, I've been doing comedy 3 years. I was a headline, and I told somebody, and they were like, listen, comedy's like Pennzoil. You could either pay me now, or you could pay me later. You got to put the fucking time in, And what we talking about?
Putting time in for comedy, you know.
You got to put the fucking time in.
Yeah, it's not overnight, like you said.
No, and look at you guys. Look at how fortunate you guys. I mean, if anything, someday you guys are going to be telling your children, your grandchildren, these stories that you got to work with one of the greatest comedians of our time. If you rank 10 top comics, he's got to be in there. And that's pound for pound. I mean, comedian-wise, I don't care whether you like him. I don't care whether you like his style.
Sure.
I don't care whether you liked it. He didn't like because he said the word nigger on stage.
Yeah.
I know you had a lot of disagreements with him, but I'm telling you as a fellow comic, when you read the Comedy 101 book, he was in there. He used the pattern. He was a true professional, which by me watching him helped me become a headliner.
Absolutely.
Now today I'm a headliner. You want to fuck with me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You want to fuck with me, mother? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
20 years ago when I thought I was a headliner because the improvs and all the funny bones headline you, that doesn't make you a headliner.
No.
There's a point where you find out you're a headliner.
Yeah.
When you're like, Jesus Christ, I have a different influence over them now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is and that's when you can't believe it. Like I started going to the Fourth Wall in North Hollywood. It's 5 minutes for $5. You're like, Joey, are you that stupid? It's because it's like going back to when you started. Mm-hmm. Now you're sitting with kids that had the same dream we had when you sat in front of Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel sitting in front of a building in front of Last Comic Standing? Why did you go down there, guys?
We were watching headliners. We got humbled, actually. We were like 3 years into it at that time, 3-4 years. And we had a hot 20 minutes at best and maybe even 12 and a half minutes. And we thought we had enough time. And I remember we did a set at the Melrose Improv and we were leaving there. And I told my brother, I go, remember the auditions are 7 a.m. Monday. And I go, we should be bad motherfuckers and just stay right here. And he was like, stay right here right now. I remember we debated it out that whole night. And then Chad called the hotel down the street and we got a room for the next 3 nights.
A hostel.
And we would swap in and
but
out.
But that's how hungry we were. We wanted to do it just to see if we would get on the show, first of all. But second of all, we did it to try to go to the next fucking level. But we didn't realize we weren't ready. You don't know until, we just weren't ready.
And comedians were coming by us. And I remember different people were like, what the fuck are you guys doing out here? For like 2 nights, we were the only people in line. People didn't start getting in line until Saturday night when they saw that fucking homeless were standing behind us thinking it's a soup kitchen waiting for a fucking free bowl of soup. Everyone was just standing in line. You didn't know what you were standing. The line just went down all the way down to the 101 almost. It was a fucking line for Last Comic Standing in that second, third year.
But, we didn't get the show. This is true shit, Joey. We get kicked off Last Comic Standing. We start walking down Melrose. This car pulls up and says, "Are you twins?" I said, "Go fuck yourself." We were pissed. We spent for 4 fucking days. Go fuck yourself. He goes, "No, listen. If you're twins, I'm a producer. Would you like to do a TV show?" So he hands us his card. I don't call him. I'm fucking pissed that I slept on the street for 4 fucking days. I call him that Monday. Come on down. We don't even know what show we're on. We're just on a TV show. We find out we're on that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with Jeff Foxworthy. We had no fucking idea.
This is before it was even on.
Before it wasn't even on TV. It was just a fucking, like a pilot. It was just something that they were filming. Well, skip ahead. We got $175,000 off that show. So we got kicked off Last Comic Standing, and then we got that. So it worked out the way it worked out.
Ralphie told us, he's like, listen, don't be fucking idiots. And we only knew him for a couple years at this point. He goes, you take that money and you invest it into your comedy.
Buy T-shirts and go on the road and do pizza place anywhere that'll fucking have you. Even if you lose money, you have money.
And we started following him around. So whatever town we'd run into him on purpose, and he'd let us open. That was our whole plan. We're like, oh, Ralphie's in fucking Detroit. We need to show up in Detroit.
And we would just drive our Nissan Altima wherever the fuck we needed to go. And we'd do gigs at fucking karaoke, wherever. And that's what we would do. And that's how we spent that money. Most people would blow it. We spent it on fucking going around trying to develop a headline act, and it took well more than 10 years for us. Well more than 10 years to get an hour. I mean, last night we did a show with you, and we did an hour and 15 for a bunch of drug addicts. It was the greatest night. We had a great time, but it took us that long. Because of Ralphie, he helped us get there. We wouldn't have done it. We would have blown our money. I would have bought drugs and bitches, guaranteed. And Ralphie's like, no, go on the road. And that's what we did. I mean, who gives you advice like that? Our friends would tell us, go buy blow.
Now, I don't tell you when you tweet me but now people know the situation. I don't go see you guys as much as I want to because I do the podcast on Wednesdays sometimes. Yeah. But B, I have a fucked up ear and I get car sick.
Oh.
I mean, last week I went to shoot. I'm dying up here, and I got there with puke on my shirt and puke on the car on the 405. It's getting worse. I'm having a little imprint put in, and then I'll be down there. You guys run a great dirty show in Ontario for fucking 10 years.
It's 12 years this
12
April.
years, and I went down there twice. You gave away dildos.
Yep.
You gave me money. You got me high, but there was chicks showing their tits. I mean, it's fucking insanity down there.
It is.
So if you ever get a chance, I mean, I'm not wrapping up with you. I'm just trying to tell people that, and I talk about it all the time. Tonight's a comedian podcast. It's the struggle, and we're also honoring our good dear friend. I don't know how old he would have been yesterday.
He would have been 46.
46. That's what I thought. So it's just let me give some shout outs here. All right, I want to fucking shout out Rick Atkins, Chris Cobain, R.J. Keeger, Brian Stiles, Letitia Caton, my man Bob Lalingas, and thank you for the Dr. J original picture, G Tweets, Adam House, Mason Schroeder. I love all you motherfuckers. I love my man Bobby Lalingas always. I called him last week. We talked for a little while. Sharp dude. I miss his dad. He misses his dad. We're fucking family. So that's that. No, I'm happy that I got to sit with you and do a show last night. And,
that was fun.
You're always welcome to come on here. You guys are real motherfuckers now. And last night you gave me some great news that after 12 years of selling out, they finally gave you some tour dates and shit like that.
Yeah,
so you guys are getting started. What's the web page they can find you?
Identical Entertainment's our company, but you can just find us on all social media. Cory and Chad, CORY, the letter N, CHAD. You find us on that, and we post all of our gigs.
No, it's the education that a real comic inflicts on. Because I love young comics.
Yeah,
I love young comics, but you know who's faking the funk? And I know who's really doing what they're doing by the look in their eye. That's why I went back to the fourth wall. Like I said, it's like Rocky 3 when Apollo took him back to the ghetto.
Yeah. Right.
We had a gym with music and opera singers and shit, and Apollo's like, what are you doing? We're going back to the ghetto. Look at their eyes. That's what your eyes used to look like 12 years ago.
Sure.
I went on the road for a while. I just got dischanted. It's all about ticket sales. It's not about, you can light a stick of, listen, here guys like us work for 20 years. They won't give us a headline week. And some guy goes up there, takes a butane tank, blows smoke up his ass, and he's selling out.
Yeah.
And we get our feelings hurt because we realize it's all about ticket sales. It's all about ticket sales. When you're selling tickets, they love you. When you're not. And it's amazing to go through that education. And to see Ralphie, I saw Ralphie when he was the big fat guy in Beaumont, Texas. Let's go see him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it turned into something fucking else, like the theaters and stuff. And just watching that will stay with you guys forever. It's an education, man.
Oh, we learned a lot. And what you do in a club, I mean, you'll learn this. What you do in a club, you're not doing in a theater. A theater show is completely different than a club. And we learned that, like, real fucking quick.
Yeah, I'm going to take them up to the Wilbur and let them out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and the fucking Boston crowd.
I'm from Boston, but
it don't matter.
Hey, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
You got 10 seconds.
And you got
10 seconds with that.
And I'm going to give him a long 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll detonate by 20. He'll start going into Boston. He goes, I remember when I lived in Boston, they wouldn't deliver pizza to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're just digging. But
why are you saying my material?
That was his closer.
It's crazy how you really, it's a psychological. Like, I look at it now, like, I can't believe I survived 25 years. Like, you guys, did you ever look at it on the drive home go, What the fuck was it?
We do that all the time. Like when because it's been a while since we worked with you, and we were leaving, the Ice House, driving down to the NAAA show we were doing. I told Chad, I go, man, it's a big difference between, years ago working with you and now. It's like, and the friendship and bond. And I remember we used to do shows with you, like crazy fucking
bar show,
shows.
Liam's.
Oh my God.
We've done some
Liam's.
crazy.
Remember Liam's?
Yeah, we've done a lot of shit with you.
909 on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Jesus,
They always gave me like $128.
Yeah.
Like they can never give me the 150. Just give me the 150 and I'm making Heather.
Yeah.
You pay 128. Why 128? Who's taking a $22 commission on my fucking pay?
Yeah, but we'll give you some buffalo wings.
We'll give you wings and shit, you know.
I love that you're still mad about it.
I never forget that
Hey,
shit.
don't ever forget that.
You never forget. Listen, Lee, those are the things that
128.
those are the things that you'll sit there one day in your office and you're sitting there looking at your pictures and all of a sudden you're like, remember that motherfucker?
Yeah.
He never even gave us the $65, did he?
No,
he
yeah.
didn't.
We have a list of motherfuckers.
We have a list.
Yeah,
We have a
we all
fucking
have a list. We got a
list.
mental list. But Lee, you just, this is it. And at the time, it seems so big because they don't understand that it's $75 and I need 60 for the rent.
Yeah.
And if I give the drug dealer 15, he might give me a quarter grand tonight. Then I definitely need, people don't understand when you go to a gig and how about you ever go to a gig and you need the cash and somebody throws a check at you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
Tucson.
like,
We got fucked in Tucson. We needed it.
Oh, my
Coco. We
God.
needed it. And they give us a check. We looked at them and go, you better come up with some cash.
Luckily, somehow we got a tip from a fucking fan.
A fan on the late show. Coco. A fucking fan gave us each a $100 bill. That's the only way we got home. We had a fucking check, and a fan gave us a $100 bill at the end. He's like, I've never seen guys like you. Here's $100. And we looked at each other. We almost started crying. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get fucking some weed, some beer, and drive home now.
Yeah, it's maybe some fucking Cracker Barrel or something on the way back.
And
Waffle House.
We needed it bad.
You got any dates coming up, man?
Next weekend we're in
Sacramento, February 23rd through the 25th. We're at Laughs Unlimited.
next Wednesday, Ontario Improv. We're in Zanies, April 21st.
Ontario's already sold out.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But there might be a couple, but it's always sold out.
It's already sold out.
Zanies in Nashville in April, the 21st and 22nd, and just sporadic ones. We start picking up steam, and
We're back in Pittsburgh, in the summer. They're redoing the Pittsburgh Improv. So as soon as it's done, we're back there. So we're just glad we're finally getting fucking gigs,
I wanted to bring you on the show also to apologize to both of you personally for not attending the Ralphie May Memorial. I need to apologize to you guys as men that I had reasoning why. I don't...
Yeah.
I do hold grudges, and he was a big mentor to me as a brother, and everything he was to you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just wanted it to be like this. I wanted it to be Southern style. I didn't want it to be Hollywood style.
I understand.
Once I heard the attendees and what had happened, and what happened the day afterward, I was sick to my stomach. But the only person I felt I had to apologize to was you two.
Well, we
Because
appreciate that.
I know how much you loved him, and I know when you heard the news, you were both shattered for days.
Oh, man.
And you'll be shattered for years. I still have not erased his phone.
Oh, I see
oh
that.
yeah, I got the greatest voicemails.
No,
Don't play him. Don't play him. Don't play him.
Don't play him.
But I haven't deleted his number, and I won't.
No, me neither. I won't either. So I want to thank you both. Thank you for joining me and any
thank
other
you.
time.
Yeah,
We will
thank you.
always work together on February 17th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever day it falls on, you and I will always do a show.
Okay.
Even if it's in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Wherever.
Yeah.
We
We'll
will
be
do
there.
a show together. I will be. Denver's sold out, but I will be at Huntsville, Alabama, stand up March 1st to the 3rd. And then I'll be at Nyack, New York at, what's the name of it? Levity Live, March 21st at 8 p.m. I want to thank Cory and Chad for coming back on again.
Thanks, brother.
And for being the motherfuckers that you are. I want to thank those two guys. I like those two fucking savages. I always have. And they've done a great job down in Ontario with the Dirty Show. But let's change the subject real quick. Let me talk to you people about something. I got 1,000 watches at the house. I got a call one day from the marketing lady, and she goes, take a look at these Mancero watches. We had watches before, and I didn't like them. they didn't sell right. Nobody even went to the thing. I thought they were more expensive than what the ads. So I always look at stuff before I send it to Lee, and Lee will say, yeah, maybe, no. You know, I looked at this Vincero watches, and I was like, you know what? There's something here. A couple days later, I get one in the mail. I get 2 of them in the mail. A gold-plated one, like a silver-plated one. I put them on, and I put a jacket on that night, and I put the watch on. I just loved how it looked. So on this one here, this is a white on silver. Let me show the camera here if they can see. It's a beautiful little white on silver pattern. You got the 2 clocks in there. I mean, honestly, guys, when it arrived, I was blown away. And when I looked at the prices and I looked at what I had on, that's what really blew me away. I mean, they feel great on the wrist, and honestly, I received a lot of compliments.
It's a beautiful watch.
I'm telling you, on the silver one that I have on right now. A few more zeros attached to the price, so it's a bit depressing. But guys, if you're in the market for a great watch, I'd like to direct your attention to a sweet piece on my wrist. I absolutely love the Vincero. Vincero's a dope brand because they make watches that look and feel luxurious while still giving your outfit that distinct, unique look. And I'm not into outfits, but it ensures you a compliment by people say, I like that, Joey. Your wrist looks good. When your buddies are wearing their little Apple watches, you'll be like, look at this moron. Bang! Look at my Vincero, like a savage. Like I said, I'm wearing a simple T-shirt, and I put a nice Vincero watch on. I look like Rocky too. That's just the way it is. I picked out this beautiful silver one with this metal band, and I gotten a lot. Like I said, even my wife says it looks good. My personal favorite is this one, the white with the black, the white on the silver, but I also like the gold trim also with the same style. I don't know the name of this style, so don't be mad at me, all right? Now, watches like these, they go for $500 for a small nickel. But when Vincero, they start at $150. Are you kidding me or what? Don't take our word for it. They got 6,500 5-star reviews, all right? Listen, do me a favor. Just get the watch. Elevate your watch game right now. You want to sling dick? This is how you do it. You want to walk into a bar and people say that's an important man? Get a Vincero watch. Go check out Vincero at getthewatch.net right now. Go look at these watches. I'm not breaking your chops. For $1.50, these watches are phenomenal. They're heavy. They feel solid on your wrist. Even better, Vincero's giving all church, the family, 15% off their entire purchase with promo code CHURCH at checkout. Listen, come on, knock it off with that little dirty watch you got on there. It's time to step up your watch game. Go check Vincero out at getthewatch.net. Again, Vincero at getthewatch.net. I like that look on your face, Lee. It's a look at I'm going deep tonight. Forget about it. Don't worry about nothing. Here you go, people. Listen, I know people like going to Vegas and Atlantic City. It could be a blast. You go to a strip club, get your saminka sucked. But personally, I'm a big fan of like watching people play blackjack and poker and stuff like that. Sometimes I win. You know me. I'm a mortadel. I can't. I got Lee with me. He can't. This poor kid can't.
Don't blame me. It's you.
You're the kiss of death.
You're the kiss of death.
Sometimes I win, but not so much. But I always got a good time. The problem is getting to Vegas. I ain't got time to get the mule to go to Vegas. It ain't that easy for me. I got a wife. I got a kid. But ever since I found MyB Casino, betting from the comfort of my casa there has been simple and a blast. That's why I tell people to go to mybcasino.ag. They got huge bonuses, free spins, and a lot more. So off the bat, you're already winning from day one you create the account. And best of all, when you get your big win, you get paid. It's that fast and easy. That's the most important thing. I can sit there all day with you and go back and forth playing cards. But if you're going to hit me with a fucking IOU, what good is it? You just wasted 12 of my hours. I could have been mugging a Shriner or something. No more. Whether you like blackjack, roulette, slots, or any other game, MyB Casino has it all. Lee, you don't have to deal with Chinese people breathing on your neck no more. Plus, if you want real Vegas experience, they also have live dealers online. When's the last time you saw a live deal online? Never. I've been on a couple times, and they're actually pretty hot, too. Follow what I'm saying to me? I would recommend a website to my listeners that's been good to me. And that's why I'm urging you to make your way to MyB Casino. You win, you party, they pay. Are you fucking kidding me or what? You sucked out from Valentine's Day. There's college basketball. You got a bunch of things, but now you can make some quick money. Join MyB Casino and deposit today to your triple bankroll. Triple your bankroll with their amazing 200% sign-up bonus. 200% right now. You can sign up, play cards tonight, have a good time by yourself. The wife don't need to bother nobody. Later on, you do a couple blasts, you bang one out. After you're up 100 or two, listen, go to MyB Casino right now and deposit to triple your bankroll, all right? Use promo code CHURCH200, bam, to activate the offer. Beat the house from your house with slippers on, with your balls hanging, scratching, sniffing your fingers. Play mybcasino.ag. Today, use promo code CHURCH200. You win, you play, you get fucking paid, and it's sukalaming time, all right? I love you guys. Happy birthday to me. I love you motherfuckers, my family. I'll be back Wednesday, and then me and Syatt will be fucking parachuting our way into Denver for fucking 6 quick shows. Bring reefer, bring edibles, bring grenades, bring mushrooms, bring whatever the fuck you got. You understand me? We're going deep, deep, deep into the murky waters in the underworld. Then the week after that, the helicopter's going to drop me off right there in Huntsville. We're taking over fucking Huntsville for fucking 5 shows. So either you're in or you're out. I don't go down there that deep. So if you want to from one of those small neighborhoods, get on the mule rod now. You'll make it there by March 1st. Because I ain't coming back till fucking Atlanta next year. So I switch it around. So if you live in Atlanta, get on that fucking car and drive the 3 hours, cocksuckers. I'll see you guys next week. I want to thank my brothers, Cory and Chad, at Cory and Chad. They're fucking everywhere. They're savages. I want to thank my Jewish Christ killer over here, Syatt. Stay black. Have a great Monday. Fuck it.